All right.
Okay, so what's happening today?
So we are, though, however, going to make gnocchi. Gnocchi. So what kind of sauce shall we make?
Well,
Tomato.
plain sugo.
Plain tomato sauce, because
You put onion.
yeah, we're going to do that in a minute. So we're going to do the plain
Basil,
tomato sauce
garlic.
like last time.
Yeah.
We're just using the tin tomatoes, the Coles ones,
Same.
whole tomatoes,
No, I did.
and you pureed it.
Yes, I
So
did.
we're going to show you how to do
It's
that.
nice to
So
come.
these are inexpensive. Some fresh basil, some garlic,
herbs.
and some onion. So it's inexpensive, and you can make the gnocchi, which is just essentially flour and potatoes, inexpensive. The other thing is, of course, you can make whatever sauce you want with your gnocchi. So we're going to do plant-based today and vegetarian. So you can always put a bolognese if you want. You can put a pesto. I think Emily was thinking maybe we might do some with pesto.
But gnocchi are like really rich and dense, so it's nice to have it with just like a plain.
Yeah, you don't want it
Pommy.
heavy with the meat
Yeah.
bolognese. Yeah, some people like the ragu on it, but we like to showcase the gnocchi. And in summer, if you can use fresh tomatoes and fresh basil, that's just
Beautiful.
the heavenly, that's what you wait for.
Beautiful, buona per lo stomaco.
Yeah.
Non sono
So
pesanti.
should we cut some onion?
All right, so we're going to start. So get the chopping board, get a knife for Nonna.
Io non faccio mai, lo faccio tutto a mano.
Yeah.
Non prendo mai questo, così non lo
So
lavo.
we'll put the sauce on and we'll do the gnocchi. Now, how much onion do you want, Mum? Half?
Only this two.
Yeah.
Just half.
Okay.
Black.
Ma cambia posso rimanere.
I know.
Just
So
move the tins because I know
Yeah.
this sounds crazy, but even
cutting the, yeah, I know.
how they cut the veg and everything is like I'm just a retard.
She doesn't want that knife.
You don't want a big knife?
No.
No, little knife.
Like
Yeah,
this?
she likes a serrated knife, easy to manage. Mum, prendi quello.
Questo?
Neo, dammi la pentola.
Technically the wrong knife, guys.
We'll just put that one there just in case. Yeah, mette via.
So she doesn't actually need the chopping board. Right?
No.
See,
The bin's
little-
over there.
The way that Nonna cuts the onion is very.
Now, when we put our onion away, we always put it in a container in the fridge. You never put an onion like that on its own in the fridge because it will stink up your whole fridge. I think we all know that, but just in case.
I'm serious. There's tips like this that people like me don't know. So this is great.
So mette questo in the thing.
Dammi un garlic.
So, okay. So this is just your plain tomato sauce. It's good to know because you can...
Show me again, Nonna.
Roughly chopped.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah, roughly chopped them. Yeah, roughly chopped.
What I do, perché non c'ho la forza più. Non ho.
Yeah, she's a bit
Yeah.
weak, but when you squash the garlic, it releases the juices.
I learned that from Jamie.
Yeah,
taught
Jamie
me that.
squashes the
He
olive.
squashes it like that
Yeah.
too, like what Nonna did.
So that one's got a little bit of black on it, so we cut that off. Maybe Jamie will come and visit you one day, Mum.
Oh,
He should do Nonna in Australia.
yeah. We'll send him some video.
Yeah, we'll send him a video and say, come on
Do you
down.
want me to cut it small?
I think I read that his mentor from Italy has
Oh.
passed away.
Gennaro,
I think Gennaro has passed away.
can you Google that? We love Gennaro.
I think we should check, but I think he might have passed away. And Jamie
Quando?
was devastated.
Fai vedere. No, Antonio Coluccio died a few years
No,
ago.
I think Gennaro has passed away.
Not Gennaro, we
Can you
love
check him?
Gennaro.
Quando?
Well, I think last year, maybe. Just wait till Emily confirms it.
He's funny.
He was
Well,
like,
Not Jamie or Gennaro.
No, James, Gennaro.
Yeah, in the Italian clips, he's amazing. That
Garlic,
garlic.
olio.
Carluccio.
Yeah, Antonio
but no,
Carluccio got.
check out Gennaro. Jamie
Jamie and Gennaro.
Jamie and Gennaro.
Abbastanza. As you
That's
can
it.
see.
Whoa!
Well, this
That seems a lot.
is the marriage of the tomato and the olive oil.
Ok.
I can't find anything.
Non mi ricordo se lavava Elena questo. Tu lavavi? No, non so.
So I know it looks like a lot.
E sai perché, Luisa? Perché quando io faccio sugo, sauce,
Yeah.
non lo faccio per una volta
Sì,
sola.
sì,
Allora,
sì, capisco.
un coppino oggi,
Sì.
uno scoop tomorrow. You know, mangi 50.000 volte.
Mum, do you want this? Shall we blend it?
Se tu lo blendi con un coppino ti condisce tutto.
Yeah.
Quando questo non è macinato, non c'ha colore.
Yes. All right, that's a good tip, isn't it, Emily? Do you want to explain it?
Nonna?
So my mum just said if you blend your
Yes.
peeled tomatoes, then it will give the colour to your sauce. If you keep
I'm
it,
wrong. I think he's still going.
oh good. If you keep it whole and you don't blend it, it won't give it won't coat your
No, ce
pasta.
l'ha colore.
Yeah, a particular colour. So I will get I'm going to put it in this one,
Do we
Mum.
do the stalks? Not the stalks though, yeah? Or the stalks too?
Questo è buono per il succo. Questo, vedi come profuma.
I know.
Ah.
Yeah, use those.
Ecco.
That's good. I don't know why I thought that had happened. Okay. So don't worry, Gennaro is fine.
Good, we love Gennaro. We love Gennaro.
Oh, you're going to use the NutriBullet.
Yeah, I'm going to use a NutriBullet.
Oh,
It's a blender.
that's good. Oh my goodness, I would never. Oh, the things you'll learn when you come and watch this.
Inda,
I would
io che
never
non
know.
è questo.
Oh, you can do it with a stick too.
Yeah, like the bar mix.
Yeah, we've got the bar mix, which I've got down here, but
Yeah.
this is just quick and easy for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, bar mix. I've got just a normal blender over there.
Yeah.
Whatever. This one I'm going to have to do in 2 batches though.
Would just like comment that we're filming today in Eleanor's house in Carlton. Last episode we were at Nonna's house.
Reservoir where she's lived.
So how long has Nonna lived in Reservoir?
Nonna?
Reservoir.
Quanti anni? Con Reservoir.
Reservoir. Anyone from Reservoir knows
Sono
it's
40 anni. 40
40
anni.
years.
40 years.
Not quite. We used to live in North Fitzroy on the other side of Nicholson Street.
But now we're just because of it just suits more to be in Carlton.
Because my mum complained that even though we cleaned up, we didn't clean up enough. So she doesn't want the mess, which is fair enough. Look, last
We did a big
the ragu one with the meatballs was a big one.
Meatballs and the ragu.
All right, hang on.
Mamma ti porta a fare le patate ce
But
l'ho.
tell me, do you have to do that? See, I would never.
So I just said before, why do we do it? Why does my mum want to do it?
Yeah.
So she does it because if you blend the whole tomato,
Just chop, done that.
no, if you blend the whole tomatoes, and remember last time we said we don't buy the chopped ones, we buy the whole,
Yeah,
and you either can squeeze it in your hand and you get that chunky tomato sauce.
yeah.
But if you're wanting to coat your pasta, then by blending it, it becomes like a passata. So it coats your pasta better. Whereas when you leave it whole like that,
Yeah.
you know, you've still got the big
little
chunks
bits
and
yeah.
it's not coating it. The
Oh, that's
consistency is different.
amazing.
So that's about consistency, I guess, isn't it? So you can have the same product giving you a different result just because of consistency. Because it's just a science, but they know these things because they've done it for a long time.
Oh, what did you just put in the pot, Nonna?
So
See, I'm watching
she's
everything.
put the stalks because that's where you got the flavour.
The stalk of the basil.
Yeah, that's where the flavour is.
But only when you make sauce,
Yeah,
sugo.
because you can take it out.
Because questo,
You see?
from di questi stock,
Yeah.
li facciamo for Emily che non vuole formaggio,
Sì,
i
sì,
gnocchi,
sì.
no? Per,
So
A bit more flavour.
e sono i fogli.
yeah, and when you
Only
put
the
basil in, so this is for the This is for the flavour.
Questo,
And that,
Sorry, you needed to be higher.
oh sorry, this is for the flavour.
That's better.
But that we'll put it towards the end.
For decoration?
No, for freshness and flavour. Because basil can get a bit lost in the sugo, can't it, Mum? Quando lo tagli. Quello lo mettiamo all'ultimo per fare...
lo metto
Then for the gnocchi.
quando impasto.
Oh, you're going to put it in... Okay.
In the
Anyway.
dough of the gnocchi.
So there you go. Oh, right. So in the sauce, the stalk of the basil.
Yeah. So because we don't want to waste the stalk. So we're going to put the stalk in there for the flavour.
Me, the rubbish bin with the stalk. I have only ever used the leaves.
Luisa, quello stocco là è fromo da becchiardo, non è che di supermarket mi sono all'acqua.
Yeah, it's got the flavour from
Got
it's
a beautiful
organic. It's not
flavor.
organic.
Però lo puoi usare, quello che ho fatto io, solo se fa un succo.
Yeah, only for the sauce.
But
Because
this
it's,
isn't even just a tip for making simple sauce at home.
yeah, this is the simplest
You
sauce
can
you
just have
can
this
make.
on pasta. Like, you don't have to have gnocchi. You can
Oh
just...
no, this is amazing on pasta.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, look,
This is not just a
when we
special
get our
sauce.
fresh tomatoes, we'll do our favourite fresh tomato. It's so easy. You put the pasta in, you put the tomatoes in at the same time. The tomatoes cook whole as the pasta's cooking. Then you take out the pasta, you keep the pasta water, you blend up your tomatoes,
Amazing.
fresh basil, and that is heaven.
Amazing.
That's my favourite in summer. I look forward to that with love. All right, io metto the tomato. So my mum actually has decided to give Emily's gnocchi more flavour. Metto tutte e
Yes,
due.
that's for the gnocchi, yeah.
So, and again, gnocchi,
No, non gettare che scacciombescano un poco d'acqua.
yeah. Again, gnocchi, like any other sort of, like a sauce or any other pasta, you can vary it. So my mum's just decided she's going to put,
on the
Yeah.
See, I could never do that.
Elena, quello lo dovevo
Un po'
friggere.
l'acqua.
yeah, I know.
Forget all the sauce.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, because you don't waste anything.
No,
So
Nonna, I'm learning so much.
in our
Good
excitement, guys, I forgot to just saute the onions a bit to get the flavour, but that's okay.
That's
We'll
all right.
get there in
That's-
the end.
Yeah, that's fine.
So in my chit chat,
I know.
I got distracted.
You wouldn't normally saute.
yeah.
questa adesso le puoi tirare fuori.
You're gonna put the other. You're gonna do the other tin too, Al.
Yeah. So I'll
Anche
do this.
questo. Non serve più.
I
All of
love this.
Ok.
This is like, honestly, as Jamie Oliver would say, this is like a really cheap meal. Honestly, it would
Ma
be
sono
10.
saporite però.
Yeah, $10, and you could feed how many people you want,
I
really.
know. But it's these little tips. Like, see, I would have just
Questo non
got those
ci serve più
tomatoes,
dalla nonna.
put them in a pot, and just squashed them.
Yeah, you can do that. You're still going to get flavour, but this just gives you
Different flavour.
a sauciness about it.
Questo qua, Elena.
I know.
Sciacquolano poco
I know.
poco. And
Okay, so this is the easy sauce. Basil, onion, garlic, olive oil, tomato.
tu ce l'hai
Excuse me?
una becca di queste che gettiamo al
Yeah,
supermercato.
just leave it there for
piccoline.
now. Just excuse me, Mum.
Questo serve.
Just put it in the sink for now and we'll clean it. Do you want to get a little, you know, those little leftover bags? So we'll use it as a bin.
Io mi metto una becca.
There's one right there. One.
Oh, yeah.
Ok, ma non ci finisce mai se no, dai.
All right, let's soak.
Just watch out that you don't get tangled with your...
Yeah, I know.
Ooh.
Patate.
What have we got here?
Okay,
Queste sono le
so,
patate bollite e schiacciate.
Mum, excuse me, can you just move over because there's cords?
Elena, io non sono
Say
fast.
brava, brava. All right.
So now we're moving on to the dough for the gnocchi, and Nonna's already
Dammi
peeled.
quello servietto, please, for nonno.
Qual? What do you need?
What do you mean?
The tea towel. Ecco, c'è una qua.
Come si dice tea towel in italiano?
Servietto.
Servietto.
Allora, Mum, just so we know, and grab those 3 potatoes behind you.
Caterina che su.
Yeah, and I need to know about what sort of potatoes. All this is.
Yeah.
Oh.
My mum, what she did yesterday is she got how many potatoes?
Ah, sono
But-
2,5 kg.
2 kilos of potato.
Ho bollito.
Sono stati questi,
Sì.
right? So, what kind of potatoes are they? Is it just the brown potatoes?
Io non guardo, basta che
She
sono
doesn't care what potatoes are. Of course, there are those potatoes that,
Yeah.
you know, like the Pontiacs that are firmer.
Yeah, so it's not the special potato.
Yeah.
No, io non so.
But the one way to avoid getting water in, and I've told this to the girls, is that you don't peel them first. That's a big
Before you
no-no.
boil them.
You're joking.
Yeah, we know that
Because
other
the skin
cultures.
doesn't let the water penetrate the potato.
So you clean them. And
We
then
wash
you
them.
Wash them.
Put them in cold water always.
And then bring it up to the boil.
With
Yeah.
cold water.
It's
Really?
potatoes are like rice because you can't put them in hot boiling water
No.
because it seals them outside. They don't cook properly, or they take longer to cook.
Luisa, even when you put this washed potato to boil,
Yeah.
you put it on the
Pot?
pot and cover up with the cold water.
Yeah, we'll do it. I mean here.
And no so you put cold water, and when you put on the gas,
Yeah.
don't put the high
Gas.
gas.
Can you
You
put some
know
water in that
why?
now, potato?
Because if you put the high gas, quick,
Just for demonstration.
of course, boil because high gas. But inside the patata, it's non è penetrato, come si dice?
Yeah. That's okay. I understand. It doesn't
Non
get
è
in.
penetrato il bollimento.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
middle.
Allora,
Yeah.
quando tu ci bassi il gas, ti allontani, quelle patate non bollano.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
Io faccio sempre più poco di
Tell Louise.
da media gas when I put on the
Medium.
top.
Medium to low.
And slowly.
So can you see that?
Yeah.
So what we've done is we've just put the water, and you would have 2 kilos worth. They're washed. You put the water in there, bit of salt. You pop them on there, and you slowly bring them to the boil, and then you wait till they cook. You can test them.
You don't cover them, no.
Well, initially you would cover them to bring it to the boil, and then you got to be
I
careful.
do cover.
Yeah.
Ah.
Now I was going to cover this one here, but I don't want it to spill over, so that's okay because we want to make it quick and let it evaporate. But now this is the big trick, Mum. So you've boiled your potatoes, you've drained your potatoes. This is your cooked potato.
Yes.
You have to let them cool.
No.
You peel them.
You peel them.
Yeah.
Hot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you let it cool, don't peel.
Yeah. Is that how you don't you peel your potatoes like that? If I make mashed
Because mi
potatoes,
bruciava ieri,
Yeah.
dice Luisa, io mi bruciava.
Potatoes in my life.
what do you mean you've never cooked mashed
I
potatoes?
would never cook mashed potatoes for myself.
Mashed potato is life, isn't it, Em?
Io, like pasta, ogni giorno mangio patate.
What's going on here?
I know, but I wouldn't go and cook, you know.
A few potatoes.
potatoes.
That's a meal. Anyway,
I cook and roast. I roast potatoes.
Yeah, that's yum.
But I would just throw them in with the chicken. I buy little baby new potatoes, chuck them in with the chicken.
That's it.
all right. So you now they are hot. I normally just run them quickly over the water because I can't hold. Or you stick a fork in there.
Yeah,
And you peel them that
pigliano
way.
piatto.
It's a bit of a
E
skill.
aumenta stufa per non matare.
Yeah. I also read, and this does work, Mum, that, and I've done this myself. If you
Yeah.
go like that, right, and you put a line around your potato, right,
Yeah.
and you pop them in, when they cook and they come out, you literally
Slide it off.
twist
It'll
it,
just come off.
and it comes off. That's another
I
trick.
like that little
Right?
trick.
Questo non lo sapevo.
Thanks, Mum. I watched that on the show. So the thing is, absolutely do not peel your potatoes ever if you can avoid it, because it just lets all the water come in.
Unbelievable.
And you
E
get-
i gnocchi non tastano bene.
Yeah, and
Not fun.
you don't need that with your gnocchi. You don't want the water, you want them dry. So my mum last night, just to speed it up, did the potatoes, peeled the potatoes. When the potatoes are hot, they must be hot. I'll show you.
The things I'm learning.
Tu la usi
Yeah.
patate.
I love this ghiaccio
Yeah.
patata.
Ooh!
Yes.
What's this, Kat?
Ah.
It's a French thing. I can't remember what this name is.
Metti una patata, due
But you will
patate,
literally
tre
put your
small.
potato in here that's been boiled and soft.
Quando sono caldi.
It must be hot.
E io
But why?
ne,
How come?
sai, io ne facevo così,
Yeah.
guarda come sono belle nice and fluffy.
And you push it through, okay?
Whew.
So,
Amazing.
and it comes through, and if you take a close up,
Yes.
Emily, hold that up.
It looks like rice.
Yeah. And so don't squish it. You can see it's all curly like that.
Sì.
Looks like
Amazing.
rice, yeah. But that's to keep it fluffy
Yeah.
and not make it dense. You can use this for other things
Se no diventano
too.
un pezzo di cemento.
You can use this for other things too. You can actually put pasta dough in there and make pasta shapes, but we won't
Giusto
do that.
sciacqua questa. che
So
poi-
this is like the best. You can also put your tomatoes in there and squeeze a fresh tomato to get the sauce
A
out.
lot of juice.
Yeah.
Careful.
Questo for you.
Beautiful.
Oh, the other thing is,
Wow.
Emily,
This is so exciting.
Emily, take the potatoes out of the water because this is another thing. A lot of the, can I just say, Mum, a lot of the Italian women, they get up early and they will peel their potatoes and put them in water just before they have to use them if they want to make a roast, okay?
Yeah.
That's just for preparation purposes, but you never keep your potatoes in the water because the potatoes are like bread, they'll just absorb the water.
You know what I do with the potato that I don't see in the TV? Mi vengono solo in testa. Anyway,
Dimmi.
quando io faccio
Yeah.
l'arrosto,
Okay. We're in
I
Italian
peel
glaze.
the potato. If they're very big, mark and a half. If they're small like that,
You leave them.
e metto, ci faccio un po' che bolliscono per 5 minuti.
Yeah, that's a tip for roast potato. I think a lot of people know that. You boil them for about 5 minutes just
Yeah.
to soften
Yeah,
them,
before
and
you
then you
put
put
them
them in.
in
Yeah.
the-
Yeah, and
that's
then
what I
you
do.
put it on the dish if you put it in the oven straight away. If you not, if you want to prepare before, you put on the dish e ci metti l'aglio.
But I like simple roast where I just throw them in with the chicken.
What do you mean simple?
So-
No garlic?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, she means
Yeah.
as in she's
So the
like
chicken's
roast
cooking,
Oh yeah, and it's
But she's-
and then I'm
The small
putting,
potatoes.
yeah, because I'm using the little one.
yeah, the small potatoes.
Chat. I love a chat potato.
Elena,
Hang on, I'm now thinking of.
prende il formaggio e un po' di sale.
This looks amazing.
Now, we always buy in bulk. So my mum and I bought
Wow.
this together and then we shared it.
E
So
ti
we go
compravo
half-
un 5 kg dopo.
we go halvies. So the 10 kilo always saves money buying it in bulk. Salt. There we go. Cheese. Quale formaggio vuoi?
Formaggio grattugiato.
Yeah, lo so quello grattugiato. Gran Padano, pecorino.
Quale c'hai? Quale vuoi? Tutti e due sono buoni.
All of them.
Che c'è un po' di farina ancora.
Sai cosa uso?
Careful, Al. Yeah.
Yeah.
Luisa, you always put a little bit salt here on the patate.
Very good, Nonna.
Now this is for Bea because Bea requested the gnocchi.
Right. Okay.
So Bea,
Nice
we got the
to you also.
potatoes.
Because we're taking requests, aren't we?
Yeah, we
Nonna
are.
and
Right
Al?
in. What do you want to
Right in.
make?
Whatever
Dai,
recipe. Okay. Oh, that's a lot of salt.
There.
Okay, we won't show the half
Put a little bit salt.
Well, there's 2 kilos of potato.
Can I just check? So after we peeled the potatoes, then they were grated, or they just all?
So after you've peeled the potatoes, they're hot.
Yeah.
That's when you
oh,
mash
you put them
them.
through that masher.
Yeah.
That's right.
If
Sorry,
you
sorry.
don't have one of those, you just have to mash
mash it,
them.
well, yeah, with the
Ah, ma non
masher.
vengono buone.
But-
Potete sentire che costano tra i gnocchi.
They're not the same because you've got to get them smooth. So if there are any lumps, you'll feel them in the gnocchi.
So we all need one of those metal things.
Well, that
you
would be
have.
ideal.
Wow,
C'hai
really?
un gratta.
For pepper, I do.
What are you just putting in there?
I'm just doing it so it looks a bit better. But I just got rid of my mic. Em, are you able, just to go into that cupboard, look at the whole black black peppers right at the back of the cupboard.
Io non ce la faccio, lavavo per sempre, se no ci mettevamo un poco di pepe. Ma vuole fatto fino fino. Vuole fatto fino, ci mettevamo un poco di queso.
So, my mum would typically use chopped up parsley.
Oh,
Just
today we're
not
using
too much.
basil.
not too much, a sprinkling. You don't even notice it, to be honest. It's on the other side, Em.
Ma io sono stanca, Luisa, sono
Yes.
stanca.
Yeah, we'll take it easy today.
Yeah.
Not that really.
Dice a Luisa che questi gnocchi ci fanno mangiare pure senza prezzemolo.
Yeah, don't have to put the parsley in it.
No, guarda.
Well, the colour's good.
The other thing is, she's really done the bulk of the work yesterday because
A lot of work.
you know, and you don't have to make 2 kilos. You can come home from work. You can make 4 potatoes, Mum.
Oh.
Right, and you add your flour, you roll out your gnocchi, and you've done your meal. So you don't have to do.
Io ne faccio sempre tanto perché non le faccio per me,
Yeah.
siamo tutti.
When she makes it, she makes it
17
for all of us,
persone.
for all the 16 of the immediate family.
Oh,
Anyone
no,
else,
because-
boyfriend.
portano il friend, portano il boyfriend, portano a girlfriend.
So you know, whoever's around gets.
Allora, io impasto queste miei, queste di tutte, tu impasti quelle di Emily,
All right,
ok?
under pressure. So this is just bubbling away, Mum. Non metto il
Sì, no proprio devono, metti una cucchiara, no. Metti una cucchiara, sospesato.
Right, so because
Sì.
we don't want it to sit right on the sauce.
Yes.
Se era più.
Oh,
Ma
that's a
scusa.
good tip.
Oh, come ma niente.
Here you go, darling.
Oh, some nice black.
Emily, do you want to do your gnocchi? Come on, you can do it, Em.
Certo,
Lead the
guarda
way.
donna.
Do you know
Metti,
how to
metti.
do it?
Last time, Shannon and Emily.
Cade sano. Non può
No.
stringere più.
What do you mean?
It's
Oh,
Too big.
is it untied enough?
Stringe.
Oh, what's going on here?
We don't like it too lumpy.
No.
let's just pick out those bits.
Right, lascialo, non fa niente.
No, we don't want to be.
Oh, that's
peppery,
better.
That's the worst.
No, that's better.
No,
No?
It's
All right.
questo non è buono.
All right,
Yeah.
this one's out. I need a new one. Anyone
Non
want to?
non ce n'hai altro.
I don't think so, Mum.
Ok, va bene.
I've only got a salt one.
Va
I can
bene.
crush them up in here.
Yeah, crush it up in there. Perfect idea.
Thinking on your feet.
Good thinking, Em.
Thanks, guys.
Anche questo è buono, perché ho tavola netto.
Yeah, crush some of this too. Pound away, Emily, pound away. If anyone goes to Rome, there's a very famous bar there. A bar in Italy is where you go get coffee. You can also get your aperitivo, but a bar is to go and get a coffee. So it's called Bar Sant'Eustachio, and the Piazza Sant'Eustachio, and it's right sort of
Ma a me non mi ha portato.
right near the
Mettono poco.
Pantheon. So it's
Very
very
good.
popular. It's supposed to be the best coffee in Italy. So because my dad's name was Eustachio, and that's patron saint of his town in Abruzzo, Tocco, da Casauria. So Tocco
Non ne
is...
potevi mettere più.
Yeah,
per
she could do
schiacciare.
more.
E dov'è?
I'll do more if you want.
This is what it's like when you cook with my mum. She
A
just...
lot of pepper.
Yes, more pepper.
I'm so
Ma macinato però, questo quando vi viene su te denti, non vi piace.
Must be finely grated. Do you want a pound,
What I'm
Tana?
doing is fine. It's previously that's where all those chunks
Yeah,
are.
well, what can we do? These are in here, Mum. This is part of the fun. Anyway, the pepper just adds a bit more complexity. You don't have to have pepper in the gnocchi. Most people will just make it out of potato and flour. Isn't that right, Mum? Isn't that right? Most people just make it potato and flour. So this is
Okay.
bit better.
Yeah.
Here you go.
No, Hugo is our dog. He's just starring, but most Italian grandmothers
Okay,
do not
no more.
tolerate the dog.
Formaggio.
It's formaggio's here.
Mi sta facendo
Now, what sort of
venire,
cheese?
So this is the same cheese that we used last time. I get the Parmigiano locale, the local Parmesan made here in Australia. It's got a black rind.
Oh,
It's got a black
okay.
rind. So it's a bit cheaper than the others. I'll tell you how much it was.
Right.
So
Just from where? Not from Coles?
no, from the IGA. We get it freshly ground.
No, vanno guardando pure.
So you
So-
can't just buy it in a packet.
It's China. Oh well, yeah, you can. This is $22.50 a kilo.
Right.
$22.50 a kilo because the
And how much do we need for this recipe? So it depends on how much potato you've got.
yeah, it's just the cheese is there to add a bit more flavour.
Oh, okay.
So this is Emily's one. We're going to leave this one on the side.
Because you don't have the cheese in it. Is that
No.
correct? No cheese.
So, Mum, for that much potato, which is like a bowl,
Mettilo coi mani quanto ti vuoi. Don't be stupid.
I'm just to help people. 1 cup. Anyway,
Io mi regolo un te mani
Yeah.
miei quando io mi posso. Mo non so
well, put less. Put less. I probably should put on the side the way my mum's has, but you put less, okay? And then if you need to add flour, you can, because you can't eliminate it if you've put too much. So, as you can see, you come home, you've cooked your potatoes, you've peeled them, you've mashed them.
I patate una ci può bollire da sera
Yeah,
prima.
you can do the
because
potatoes
one
the day before,
Yeah.
after you've mashed them, because obviously you can't add the flour when they're hot. That's very important, isn't it, Mum? Because if you add the flour when they're hot, it becomes like a paste. Non è vero?
No, fate mai gnocchi quando I patate sono calde,
Yeah.
perché vengono come un'elastica.
That's what I just said. Yeah, it becomes like the gluten gets activated, and you lose the fluffiness. It becomes quite hard. Yeah, like a paste. So how does this supposed to feel? More potatoey than flourish, don't you reckon? Devo mettere un po' di più?
Pasta, cogli tutto questo in giro.
Yeah. So before you add the flour, just make sure you've...
Careful not to combine them.
We won't combine them, Emily.
Io mi scialo qua a tavola mia.
Yeah, so if you remember last time we had my mum's honeymoon gift, which was the pasta board that my father made her.
We didn't bring the pasta
But we
board
forgot. We
here.
forgot to get that.
That's right. We've
But
got a nice marble table.
yes, so use a board, or if you've got marble, that's actually better, Mum, because it keeps your dough cold, marble, and that's what you want.
Io non saggio perché io...
You're used to your board, that's
Yeah.
why. All right, abbiamo finito qua. Tu pensi che devo mettere più a...
Gee, the smell is beautiful. I can smell the basil. I can smell the. Oh, it just smells lovely. The cheese even.
I think mine was all right, just needs a little bit more.
Okay,
Just
no
still
more.
a little bit wet, but because
All
you can
right,
see I didn't
no
need
more.
that much.
But
Me.
did your one get the basil in it yet?
No.
Oh, ok, metti.
Put, yeah.
Put the basil on there.
Metti, no guarda.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, the smell of basil is lovely. So you've got good technique there. It's like baking pastry, actually, isn't
It's
it?
just a dough, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
ci mettiste un po' che ci sa.
Non ho messo sale.
No.
No, non hai messo, tu non hai messo sale.
Io ce l'ho
qui.
messo un poco.
Where did the
So we
salt
don't
go?
add any other liquid.
No.
No, it's just the.
Perciò
so
I
it's the
patate non buone
potato.
cucinate, mondate.
Yeah, that's why you don't cook your potatoes peeled. You don't peel them and then cook them. That's a big no-no. I don't think you'll find many Italians that peel their potatoes first.
What about egg?
Yeah, there's no egg.
People put egg. In my life, I make gnocchi all the time, all my life. I never put egg.
So,
Yeah, my mum's not a big egg person in pasta.
Ah.
She doesn't like the...
The smell.
Oh, that's interesting.
Una volta, non ce l'ho io.
So, Mum, what do you reckon? Is that... I had a smaller thing than you. Do you reckon that's all right? Do you want me to keep going? Got to get every last bit.
What are
Enough.
you feeling
Enough.
for? Good.
It can't be too hard. See, if I kept kneading it, it'd become too hard. That's why
Yeah.
mine's smaller than my mum's, and I thought this is probably done enough.
And it can't be too sticky, can it?
No. So can you see now it's at the point where there's no dough sticking
Yeah,
to the table. So it's about right.
Allora,
No?
questi gnocchi, come tu le fai?
Why don't you say it to everyone else? Tell everyone.
Okay.
When you make these gnocchi, yes?
Io
alla
ho il
macchina.
mio bencio,
Yeah.
io metto una bella tovaglia
Oh,
e
yeah.
ne metto uno.
Yeah, so when you make gnocchi, once you've rolled them out, my mum will put them on a clean tea towel tablecloth and she'll just place them there until she's ready to drop them in.
Non ti scordare, io metto un poco di farina
And you
sopra
have to
quella
put a bit of
tovaglia.
flour on them so they don't dry up.
Yeah.
All right, so,
Oh, look at that.
yeah. So it's,
Yeah, that's good.
Oh.
That's better. That's better.
so it's not sticky, it's not sticking to my hand, but you can still feel the wetness in it. So that's done. I'll wait for my mum. We can get rid of this. I'll get rid of this, Mum.
Allora, io sono un po' particolare,
Yes.
Elena. Io non saccio se gli altri lo fanno,
Right.
Però io cosa faccio per vedere se questi gnocchi vogliono ancora un po' di farina? Io metto una piccola pentola.
Right.
Allora, cosa faccio con questa piccola pentola? Oggi sono 2 partiti, allora ne prendo un po' di questo,
Yeah.
un po' di questo e vedo se questi gnocchi sono buoni
Right.
per filarli.
So, my mum's very fussy when she makes
Very
it because she doesn't want to put all the time and effort, the ingredients, the cost, and then get it wrong. So, she'll boil up a bit of water and then she'll do a test gnocchi. Gnocco.
Yeah, I do.
That's what she does. So, I'll
I
just...
just tell you now, not tell nobody because I don't know if the other people do that. Ok. Metti una pentolina piccola, Elena.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Oh, sorry, Hugo.
E facciamo così.
Okay. I'm going to boil up a bit of cold water.
E me lo tu vieni e fai un po' delle tue, prendi questo, ne vuoi di più che poi te le mangi.
Emily? Yeah. Can you just go here for a second? It's tight, the space. Excuse me, Hugo.
Dammi questo.
Test pot. I didn't know that, Mum, that you did the test.
Io non ho.
No, I don't know. Can you smell, if you could smell
Oh, the smell of
the
this kitchen
sauce.
is unbelievable. Beautiful smell.
Oh, just yummy.
Allora,
Look at that. So
Questo
the oil's
adesso-
coming to the top. I'll show you later. So I've got it on a medium heat. It's just bubbling
non mi
away.
piace come fanno in televisione, io faccio così. Ce l'hai un bel coltello? I think
Mum, I got plenty of beautiful
che
ones.
questo coltello qua è nice.
Oh, now you like it. Now you like this coltello.
Luisa,
Yeah.
I don't sono un po' così, lo so che sono fani.
You're
Non
not
mi piace che
Ma
fanno.
in inglese, non puoi parlare in inglese così
No,
tutti capiscono.
Non ce l'ha. Italiano,
I don't like
Bravissimo.
when in the TV that cut the gnocchi.
Oh, yes.
I do that job the same, but I do like that.
Oh, on the
Mi piacciono.
Yeah, that looks good.
Poi, qualche volta, sometime, I do, tu ce l'hai quello, have you got this little tavoletta?
Yeah, I do.
Ah,
I do have the tavoletta. Now, where did I put it? Obviously, because I never use it.
Lisa, that's why nobody, when I invite them, might be I start the 2 days before, but slowly I have to do because if them gonna help me,
Yeah.
they must do what I say.
You know, I've got it somewhere, Mum, and I don't know where it is.
What are you looking for?
Oh, look, the Italians have got this little piece of wood with grooves
Sì.
in it, and so they roll the gnocchi to give it
E
that.
facciamo così.
I'll probably find it tomorrow because I'm sure you've given it to me in the past. Excuse me.
But with these things, nice, that's yours. Okay.
But you can actually make this shape with anything, a fork,
Okay.
if you want. Non lo puoi fare anche
Oh,
con la
yeah,
forchetta.
people do with the fork, ma io mi ho
Attenzione,
comprato
mamma.
quella, Elena.
Yeah, lo so.
Sì. Ne. Yeah, me.
So on the angle.
On.
Mmm.
It's already intrused.
Yeah, I've always we've only ever had them like that, haven't we?
Sarei
That's what I don't like to have gnocchi
see,
when I go to restaurants. It's always a letdown.
Però non matura.
So this one is Emily's one.
Sì.
Let's try one
Ci
of
metto
Emily's.
sempre il sale prima
I'm
dall'acqua.
Salt in the water.
First, you put it in your.
Yeah, some people put the salt and the water together, but we don't do that.
Ok, now, what do we do? Facciamo questo torto e fai tu, nonna.
When you put the salt in, it's very interesting because the water stops boiling and then it comes back up.
Tu devi mettere quando l'acqua bolle. Quando l'acqua bolle metti questo.
Yeah, I know, I'm waiting for it to boil. You never drop your pasta in or anything if the water isn't boiling because then it sticks together.
Sì.
Sticks together.
Non so.
So,
Allora,
how are we going? This one is yours, Emily, and we'll make a
li
fork
potremmo
shape.
mettere assieme, poi
Yeah,
non ci vede,
can we put them together, Em?
How will we
Tu
know
passa
which
di
one's
là, Lucia mia.
Can I make a fork shape?
which? No.
No. Non si fanno così qua.
Yeah,
perché
show us how you do
si-
with the fork.
Si fanno così.
Oh.
You do it again?
Yeah, do it with this
Do
one.
it again. Oh my goodness.
Do another one.
E facciamoli tutti allora.
It's actually better with the
No,
fork
quello
shape.
mi piace.
Yeah, this is how to, if I had it, I'm sure I've got it somewhere tucked away in my stash of utensils. Alright, io metto questo di Emily, va bene? E metto uno del tuo. Yours has got the groove
E
in.
non uno solo.
fine.
Non
Ok.
conto mettiamo un capo.
Just
Se
gonna
no,
check one.
questi sono i tuoi.
Yeah.
Va di là, Emily.
The
Is
water's
this one
boiled.
yours? Oh, and these ones ours. Oh, here.
No, that's mine
They're
as
all
well.
Emily's.
Oh, these are all Emily's.
We
Where-
haven't touched the other pile yet. And how long for that gnocchi in there?
Oh, they don't take
when
long.
the gnocchi come up,
To the
take
sur-
it off.
Really?
Oh, yeah, they don't take long
Because
at
the
all.
potato already
They're
Cooked.
already cooked.
yeah.
See, if you see, they're at the bottom now. They're bubbling
Yeah.
away.
How
When
many
they,
did you put in?
I
one?
put 4.
4.
Emily, I've actually got some pesto. Do you want to get the pesto to taste it, or do you want to taste it just like that? So if you've got a big pot, like my mum will have a big pot, and you need a really, this is my mum's biggest gripe, she gets upset when I don't do this. You need a really big pot, so your pasta or your gnocchi or your ravioli it must be like 3/4.
She very good cook, but she cook with it, you know.
Less water. She goes, what's wrong
less
with you? There's water
He
here.
say, why? It's no water here. We're not doing it.
Anyway, so it's virtually almost half water, half pasta, or sometimes 3/4. But especially with the gnocchi, you don't want them to be, or if you've made homemade ravioli, you don't want them squashed. They'll fall apart or they start sticking.
Okay.
You
I
don't
don't
want
think
that.
I cook in a big enough pot.
Yes, that's a
I
big
really
thing.
don't think I wouldn't use a pot that big.
Well, you probably wouldn't need a pot. If you're doing penne, that's probably enough for one person. but that's very small. I would never
I
really.
know, I wouldn't use that. It's the other pot I would use, but never a big pot. Well, I'm not cooking for enough people.
Yeah, that's right.
That's all right.
But if you're doing spaghetti, you want a bigger pot because the spaghetti is long.
Oh, mine's a little bit bigger than that one. I've got two. I've only got two.
So these have come to the boil, Mum.
Right?
I'll leave them for a minute just to cook. Caterina, li lascio per un minuto.
No, caccia.
Take them off.
Now we use.
Caccia.
I know, that's
Mentre
fine.
all'interno piatto
I
ci
don't
metti
have
one.
l'olio,
Prendo piatto.
quello che vuoi.
Yeah. The other thing is when you put gnocchi, Mum, che le deve scolare, when you have to strain them, that's a bit of a skill.
See, that's a big job. You must understand what you do.
We don't want a lot of water when we take them
No.
out either. We want them drained.
Dai, per me, io compravo questo coso, Red Chinese,
Yeah.
quello coso.
My mum uses the big version of this with
Yeah.
the holes,
Yeah.
so she doesn't have to throw them into
Because
a.
we're
No.
just doing a test. But if it was finished, wouldn't you just put them in a strainer?
You could do that, but
No, meglio quello coso.
but the
Scuole bene
preference
bene.
Breaks
is
them.
to get like the big Asian.
Like a colander. No.
It's the one with it's like this, but it's like a colander.
Yeah.
The Asians use it to with the frying. So
È grande, bello di
yeah, it's big. You shake the excess water off, and then
Yeah.
you lay them like that because in a colander,
They'll smash.
they're
break.
heavy. So what are these like, Em?
Really good. Do you want to try one?
Yeah. Are we just going to have them like that?
We'll just see if it's
Now,
cooked, yeah?
you know, if you've got a plain gnocchi, you can get butter and cheese, which is the best. Sorry, I know there's a vegan. You can use Nuttalex and you can use your vegan cheese.
No,
You can put
questo
pesto
io
on these,
taglio.
plain tomato. You can do
Non ho messo, no, so
Lots of things.
yeah, you could do some pancetta,
perché
but no cream. I know a lot of the
quando
just
fai
pancetta, your Parmesan
tanto
cheese, and the
penso-
water. That's what's going to give you your creaminess. You add tablespoons as you go.
tutto, allora taglio.
Oh yeah. Vuoi assaggiare, Mum?
No.
No? So, Lou, you can try one. They're like,
Oh, look at them.
so they're quite,
Fai
the
così.
texture's nice. They're not overpowering because you want the sauce then.
Just a hint of basil.
Good.
I would have overdone that.
You can put more basil, but it'll just be more dominating.
Elena, quando tu fai il a uno ti metti nell'anno e perdi tempo e ti stanno.
So, Mum, what's your tip? When you're doing your gnocchi, roll out about 3 at a time and
Three
cut.
snakes. I'm
Three
calling them
snakes. Yeah, because, or else you get tired just doing one at a
Yes,
time.
yes,
So it's a bit more
yes.
effective. And I guess you can make them thicker or thin. You don't want them too thin though, because they really fall apart.
E dinselo isso. Che doesn't matter che uno viene più
Yeah,
grande.
and she said it doesn't matter that some are bigger, some
No,
are
it looks
smaller.
good
No big deal.
So I better get the water boiling.
for the big ones.
E mo questi come,
No, go
come i cacci, Elena.
Emily, I'm going to mic you up for a bit.
Facciamo che ste che sognano poco, che non sognano mai se c'hai. Poi vedi che faccio, ieri provo. Con questi che non sognano mai se c'hai. Poi mi mangio.
They're a nice shape.
Yeah, so one always throws in the ones, the odds and ends as their tester. Right, so sorry, we've got
Stupid.
space.
Poi fai così, che non so mi. Sono buone quelle di Emily.
Yeah.
Non vogliono più. Oh, io le dovevo provare. Non
Te
vo-
l'ho detto!
Ma tu i cucini molto tutti sti gnocchi.
Non tutti, basta per noi.
E metti tutte queste
No,
pinature.
metto.
Allora, e noi queste pattie hai cucinato, vedi come sono.
No, non l'abbiamo cucinato.
Ok. Allora. Facciamo così.
All right, give me those, Mum. So as you can see, if you prepare your potatoes the night before, you come home, you do a few rolls, you chuck them in here, they're cooked in 5 minutes, not even.
Questi qua, cosa fai con questi qua? Dove le mettiamo?
So now I'm going
Allora,
to create...
sai cosa fai? Pulisci questa parte qua. Metti un bel salvettonetto in tovaglio che io se no, ma non sono famiglia, fa come vuoi, può mantenere pure loro. E fai così,
O basta così.
basta così. non fa niente.
So, the table's nice and clean.
Yeah. I think this is a great table for cooking on.
Yeah, it's a great table.
Yeah.
It's nice because I close to
No,
the...
I know. It's fantastic.
This is what
Good
cooking's
girl.
all about.
Yeah.
Non è che è abbastanza,
No, no,
però,
no.
Elena, non è
No, no.
abbastanza.
Mama,
Yes, darling.
do you like mine?
Yours are beautiful, Emily.
Sì, very nice.
Look at that.
Very nice.
Fluffy.
Mum,
No, good shapes. I did.
È very good, è very
Okay,
good. Mo andavo a pigliare un servetto mentre magari pulisci la soppa. E piglio un altro servetto e ti metti i tuoi.
Okay, alright, so we'll
Allora,
put those over there. I'll
questi
clean that up.
facciamo così alla notte.
Let's get rid of them. Oops, get that there.
Io,
Move the other No, Nonna doesn't want it like that. She wants it spread out like that because you need
What do you mean?
to put the whole...
io se trovava quel coso,
Get rid of this,
io
okay?
chiamavo Elena.
So next time, I'm sure I've got it somewhere. It's just a little wooden thing, and you can. Oops, getting distracted. You will make a nice shape. Anyway, they look good like that, Mum.
Okay.
They look good like that.
Ci parincino belle
Give me
di
that little
soppa.
plate, sweetheart.
Che stanno bollendo.
Yeah. Sorry, I think these got a little bit too cooked
Sì.
because we were chatting.
Oh no, mentre le l'altre due, quando c'hanno sopra cacciale.
All right, we'll show them these though, because it's good to see.
No, quelle non sono nice.
All right, so because we got distracted with the chatting, Blue, I overcooked these.
Right.
Prendimi la forchetta.
They'll be alright. And maybe not for Nonna, maybe fine for me.
But no, you can see
No,
they're too soft and they're a bit mushy.
No, un'altra volta, i mettisti,
Oh, I
cacciali.
see, I
Take a
see.
moment. Yeah. So those
I can
ones,
see they're too soft.
they're too soft. You can see. The other ones are just about to boil. I'll bring them out. Yeah. No,
Stanno cuocendo per 4 ore.
no, it hasn't. Non sono cotte. Just wait a minute.
Cacciali!
All right. All right, can you see? These ones have kept their shape compared to those other ones.
Just tip it a little bit more. Oh, I see.
The other one's really
I
turned,
see.
and it just becomes a paste.
Oh no, we don't want that.
No.
Yeah, that is a very good little
Emily, tu non fai questi.
all of that.
Yeah, what are you going to do with it? You can't leave it like that. Roll away, Emily, roll away.
Yeah.
Questo non bad.
Yeah.
Ma pure più prima avevo mi caccia, che io saccio. Ma cacciali più prima.
With the cheese.
Oh, with the cheese, can I? Is there one for me?
Oh, I'll do you one. I'll do you one. We all must-
Cacciala appena mente che
Oh,
sono
right,
già
okay,
cotti.
okay.
No, no,
Ne fare manco vogliono.
I bet with the cheese is going to be good. That is really quick to cook.
Oh, yeah. So, why are we making these videos? Emily, what will they be useful to someone like you?
Yeah, of course. And I like it for us.
Oh,
For Nonna.
Yeah, it's a nice memory. So it's beautiful.
Right.
You, while you can, really.
Well, she's good and healthy.
All
and
of you,
whatever
you know, we spend a lot of time doing a lot of stuff that in the end probably is not going to add value to our life essentially. But spending time together, that's really what relationships are about. And breaking bread, you know, it has a lot of religious symbolism too, but it's about coming together and sharing together and working together.
But this would have happened more in the past. We've lost this a little bit. So
Oh,
this is why it's
absolutely.
good. Right.
Because, you know, everyone's working. We're working to go out for dinner and pay $30 for our gnocchi,
E maggior bis.
and you end up
Nonna
eating.
never goes out for dinner.
Or with the cheese.
Another level.
Solo che non le deve lasciare.
Yeah, as you can see.
Ada quasi, dai io ci metto pochi farina, noi non vogliamo farina.
Yeah. So as you can see, you have to be very quick, or you have to compromise the
With
consistency
flour.
of the gnocchi by adding more flour,
No.
so you don't risk them going soft. But then you change. See how they're nice and
Fine line.
see how they're fluffy.
Non mentire tanto sale, Elena.
No, non ho
Don't
messo,
pure
no.
sale.
The interesting
Perché ho
thing
formaggio li ha
is,
salati.
yeah, how amazed how quickly they cook.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But again, if say you've made them and they're a bit more doughy, a bit more floury, then you're going to cook them for a little bit longer. But when you say, especially if you're cooking, say you're cooking for 6 people,
No,
and they've come
They'll
up, you've got to be
freak me
quick.
out.
They'll freak you
I'll
out.
be freaked. Oh my god, the gnocchi aren't ready, and I'm not ready. Yeah, it's so.
And the other thing is that you've got to strain them because you don't want them to be watery.
No, there's a lot of timing in this
A
process.
lot of timing. Cooking's a science.
Oh, that's what Heston would say.
Oh, sorry.
Questa è di Emily.
Yeah. And it's just beautiful feeling, isn't it, Em? Feeling the dough. This is the first time we've made gnocchi together.
I made it before.
You have, and the girls felt very under pressure cutting the gnocchi, didn't you? Nonna was like laughing at you.
Yeah. You're lucky you got your Nonna to show you.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, so that's what we're making these essentially for ourselves to capture her master chef skills, because tu sei un master chef.
See,
Sei un master chef particolare,
Master
brava.
chef.
The food is exquisite. But the other thing is, look, if it can help someone out there, I mean, you
like
know,
me,
well,
it's not a very good.
Louise and I, we're educators. And, you know, we don't just have to educate people for the VC exam. You know, this is a life skill.
Ah, vi aiuto pure con loro, col vostro lavoro.
Yeah, well, noi siamo insegnanti, noi siamo maestre, mum. This is, you know, education, being curious, putting in. You know, young people work really hard to get their scores or to do their work. And there's a bit of work in this too, so don't be scared of that.
Ah, exactly.
Please bit what? Please in the kitchen and destroy me.
Destroy you. It made you. I've rolled this for you, Em. You can cut when you're ready.
Allora, che sta aiutando Emily?
Yeah. Do you want me to help you?
Why don't they go on the tea towel again, just to?
So, for
before you're
example,
ready, before
this
you-
is a bit of a delicate. I'm going to get screamed at. For example, you've got people coming over,
Sure.
right? You make theirs in the morning.
Oh.
Quanto le puoi lasciare fuori?
Okay.
You can't leave them for too long.
No.
No, no.
You don't want them to be like pasta that you can then cook it, you know, dry pasta.
No.
Because when you make fresh pasta, it's like this.
Yeah, amazing.
But it can dry. You leave it to dry and then you can keep it for as long as you want. But the gnocchi are different because they've got like the potato.
But can you freeze them like this?
Sì,
Yes.
sì.
Oh, there's a skill in freezing them. Mum, spiega.
Però Luisa, it's not the same when you
Okay.
cook. Nah.
No.
Much, not a little bit.
You always get that
Much.
flavour of frozen, don't you?
Sì.
Don't you reckon, Em?
No.
You can always taste that frozen flavour.
No, io non the fresh, non the fresh.
Only fresh for you.
Yeah. I did try, ma non mi piacciono.
Tagliami un pezzo per me, mamma, lo faccio io di questa parte. So it's like a slice of thickly cut bread, really. And that's the consistency. It's not dripping, it's not
Yes.
sticky. Then, Emily, after you do yours, you can help.
With?
You can
Gosh,
help
that's
roll
a
on
lot
this.
of gnocchi, isn't it?
Well, if you're going to go, look, like I said, if you've come home from work and you want to do it really quickly, of course, you're not going to do all these gnocchi. But, you know, everyone's wants to have some. No one wants to be left
No,
out.
that's right. We're going to have some for lunch.
Absolutely.